Yeah.
Hey, what up, Sig? Yeah, plenty people told me that I won't amount of shit. Now the amount of time I save probably think it's counterfeit. Yeah, funny how your words help me write a couple hits. Now I gotta tell them thank you cause you artists made me rich. Gotta give them props for all the times they said to quit. If they see how much I made, they probably take it as a diss. Now I seen them out and all their energy is switched. But I still just tell them thank you, hope you know you made me rich. Going back to school, told them wouldn't trade a thing. Even though back then they said I wouldn't break 100 strings. Now I break 1 million and I do it in my sleep. And I did it by myself, cause dog, I do not need a team. They tryna hit me now, they tryna network. They try to Google me, see my net worth. I'm getting phone.
All right, so we're gonna talk about a woman who was mauled by 2 large dogs in LaGrange. This happened in July 11th, to be exact. 60-year-old Theresa Patterson was attacked and killed by 2 large dogs. This is a story about the devastating consequences that unfold when the warning signs of animal aggression are ignored. From a dog trainer's perspective, this tragedy wasn't a random event, but the final catastrophic result of missed opportunities, for intervention. It's a hard lesson on where things went wrong and how different choices could have saved a life, Probably could have saved 2 lives, The attack happened just after 11 a.m. when police received calls about a woman being mauled at the intersection of Swanson and Juniper Streets in LaGrange. Officers arrived there to find Theresa Patterson in a vicious and active attack. They intervened, but the injuries were too severe. Miss Patterson was rushed to the hospital where she tragically died. So watch this video. Let's put this video up. And I want y'all to watch this video so that y'all can see exactly what happened. I'll let the news tell you.
Tragedy in Troup County. A woman is dead after police say she was mauled by 2 dogs in LaGrange. Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer spoke with the woman's grandson, as well as neighbors who said the same dogs attacked them.
Tonight, a family mourning the loss of a beloved grandmother and a death that they say could have actually been prevented. The glue that held the family together, outspoken and witty. Always, Quay Tucker describes his grandmother, Theresa Patterson.
She would help anybody, even when she needed herself.
He's now forced to bury her after LaGrange police say she was attacked and killed by 2 dogs Friday morning.
What I was told is the dogs came out of nowhere and attacked her. Justice, in my sense, I believe that should be an appropriate jail sentence. I know it is not merely the dog's fault.
The dog owners provided Atlanta News First with this home surveillance video around the time of the attack. The dog appears to be unattended and not wearing a leash. They say it proves that only 1 dog was the attacker, contrary to what police said, which was 2 dogs.
I had the same experience Tuesday night.
Neighbors say the dogs have been an issue for quite some time, and this neighbor saying he was also attacked.
All of a sudden, the black dog, same breed, he ran around the brown one and just jumped up in my chest and jumped on me. And I just went to kicking and swinging. I feel like if that had been taken care of that night, I know that lady wouldn't be, she would be alive today,
When they aren't in the house, they're not on a leash. They're out running around.
Right now, it's unclear what happened to the dogs, but neighbors say they heard gunshots when police arrived.
They should serve time. This is someone's life, someone's family. My grandmother, my mother's mother. She has grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
The dog owners say they are actually used to their dogs being friendly. They appeared shocked by this incident as well. Police have not told us what happened to the dogs.
Do y'all hear the reoccurring theme of each dog? There's a reoccurring theme that the owners thought the dogs were there to play. Let's recap that, I'm going to go back to that gentleman that talked in the TV series. The gentleman that says the dog, I had the same issue with the black dog. He came and jumped. Now, if you go look at some of my videos, right? Maybe I posted a video the other day about a dog that was jumping, and he was jumping and he was kicking, Okay, those are aggressive moves. Those are really, really aggressive moves. And if your dog is jumping on people and stuff like that, you have an issue. I try to be as nice as I can when I come to people's homes, but when I see this, this is an issue. Okay, so let's go back to what this guy said. Okay, I want y'all. Here we go. Right, this guy right here.
Which was 2 dogs.
I had the same experience Tuesday night.
Neighbors say the dogs have been an issue for quite some time, and this neighbor saying he was also attacked.
All of a sudden, the black dog, same breed, he ran around the brown one and just jumped up in my chest and jumped on me. And I just went to kicking and swinging. I feel like if that had been taken care of that night, I know that lady wouldn't be, she would be alive today, you know.
When they aren't in the house, they're
I heard that, right?
not on the leash. They're out running around.
It's the same kicking and jumping that other dogs are doing, and people think it's okay. Oh, no big deal. He just kicked and jumped my mom who has a cane in her hand. No big deal. It is a big deal. It's the beginning of them trying to dominate you and let you know that they're in charge. Don't let them do you like that, okay? So
Right now, it's unclear what happened to the dogs, but neighbors say they heard
another video
gunshots
for y'all to
when
watch,
police
man.
arrived.
They should serve time. You know, this is someone's life, someone's family. My grandmother, my mother's mother. She has grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
The dog owners say they are actually used to their dogs being friendly. They appeared shocked by this incident as well. Police have not told us what happened to the dogs. In LaGrange, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
So
This is why the critics.
I have plenty of clients down there, okay? I got plenty of clients down in LaGrange, okay? So we can definitely help you if you need help, but I mean, you got to be the one to call, right? So the attack happened. The attack happened just after like 11 o'clock. Police arrived. Her grandson, Quad Tucker, described her as the glue that held our family together, right? Saying she was just on one of her daily walks. This is where the first and most critical failure occurred. A neighbor had since told journalists that he was attacked by the same dogs just days earlier. Y'all heard it here, right? He just said that, right? This prior incident was not just a warning. It was a clear signal that the dogs were a public safety risk and desperately needed professional behavior intervention. That unreported or unaddressed attack was the moment of future tragedy became almost inevitable. The owners identified the dogs as a brown pit bull and a black cane corso. That was the black cane corso that he described, okay? Claiming only the pit bull attack, right? And have shared video with the police. During the mauling of Miss Patterson, officers had to shoot one of the dogs to stop the assault. The second was taken by animal control. But the question from a behavior standpoint is, why was an attack allowed to happen a second time? Well, the attack was allowed to happen a second time because he probably didn't even tell the owner that happened. Okay? The owner should have known that his dogs are what your dogs are doing, whether you're working in the backyard. Your dog should be close to you. The safest place for your dog, I've always tell everyone that, is that the safest place for your dog is right next to you. Okay? When they're right next to you, they can't do all that foolishness, okay? But after a tragedy like this, we often look to law for the answers. So in Georgia, there are other specific legal classifications for dangerous or vicious dogs, which impose strict rules on owners. LaGrange has an even stricter city ordinance targeting pit bulls, requiring them to be registered, sterilized, and muzzled and leashed when not in a secured, topped enclosure. The laws are reactive, not proactive, right? They are society's last line of defense, not a solution for the underlying problem. A dog trainer's primary goal is to address the root cause of aggression before it escalates to the point of legal intervention. Relying on a leash, a muzzle, or a fence as the only tool is simply management, and management can fail. These tools do not change a dog's state of mind or its learned aggressive responses. The real work is in behavior modification, which requires early professional help. The prior attack was a clear sign that management was already failing and that the dog's aggression was escalating. Putting them behind a fence or putting them in a topped enclosure is not going to work. If your dog gets loose, you're going to be held accountable. Okay. Theresa Patterson's grandson is rightly demanding accountability, stating, I feel like the appropriate party should be held accountable. It was someone's life, my grandmother's. That accountability lies not just in the courtroom, but in the responsibility of dog ownership. This tragedy wasn't caused by a specific breed, but by a failure to recognize and act on a clear and present danger signals. Okay. So let's look at this last video. Okay. I want y'all to see what type of response and what emotional damage this gentleman is going through because his dog caused the death. You do not want to be in this predicament, guys. Okay. And that's why I held off on this video. I saw this video in July, the day it happened. I held off on doing it because I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to scare you. I'm not trying to scare you. However, these are my neighbors that you're talking to. I have clients that live in LaGrange. And so I want to reach everybody to know that your dog isn't a throwaway. You have to do stuff in order to train it, to maintain it. Anything that you have to maintain it. Whether it's a house, a pool, anything that you have to maintain it. So let's watch this last video and you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about.
Of two dogs that police say mauled this LaGrange grandmother to death is talking only to Atlanta News First. The Atlanta News First reporter Bridget Spencer spoke with that man who has a warrant out for his arrest, and he says he wants to tell the public what happened before he turns himself in.
Right. Tonight, Derek Parker is speaking to us about what happened. And he says he's deeply remorseful and he's very sorry about all of this. And he says ultimately this was a tragic accident. The family of Theresa Patterson is left grieving after police say she was mauled by two dogs in LaGrange. We talked to her family right after that happened.
She would help anybody, even when she needed herself.
I have great remorse for the family. I hurt every day.
For the first time, we're hearing from Derek Parker, the man who owned the dogs and was there during the alleged attack. Police have issued an arrest warrant for Parker.
I feel them. I feel their pain. I feel the worst, okay? Because it's a loss of life. Okay, I can't bring her back. I wish I could. I wish it could have been a better decision.
Parker says he was working on his pool in the backyard that day with the family's two dogs when Patterson stepped onto his property to ask for money. Parker says that's when one of the dogs, not both, attacked the woman.
I ran across the street. I grabbed the dog. I held the dog till the police came and shot him in my arms.
Family described Theresa Patterson as a loving grandmother who will be missed. Parker told us he will turn himself in to face charges, and he says he's deeply sorry and just wanted his side of the story to be heard.
Everybody seemed to be like, I told the dog in the ear before I let him out to use the bathroom, hey, go attack this lady. It did not work like that. And that's something that I got to live with for the rest of my life.
And police have not released any details about that day. So at this point in time, it's unclear what exactly happened to those dogs. Now, Derek Parker faces several charges, including involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, as well as dogs running at large. We're live in Midtown Atlanta. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Tonight.
Wow.
10 tonight, a man was mauled to death by two stray dogs. 10 tonight,
Of two dogs
Wow,
that police
guys.
say mauled this.
We got videos for days. We got videos for days. Did you hear what he said? He said, I gotta live with this for the rest of my life. Okay. Also, did you hear the city of LaGrange gave him involuntary manslaughter charges? So whether y'all think I'm just, maybe you think that I'm trying to fearmonger or stuff like that. I'm not. I'm really not. I want people to avoid these situations because these situations stick with you for the rest of your life when you take a life like that. Okay. So you got to be a responsible dog ownership. If you don't think that you can do it, if this is not something that is up for you, then do not take on a dog. Do not put a dog into your home so the dog will be going on to a shelter somewhere once you finish, the puppy phase. Okay. It's a lot of work when you're dealing with dogs. Whether the dog has become 1 or 2 years old or 8 years old, there's still a lot of work with the dog. Just like you wouldn't just teach a child, you're just gonna go through second grade and you're not gonna learn anything else. You have to constantly teach human beings, animals, dogs. You have to constantly teach them if they're going to be in your area. So this is very important, right? So let's just close this on up, right? For any owner of a powerful dog, understanding animal behavior is not optional. It's a fundamental duty. The moment a dog shows sign of a serious aggression, um, anytime they're showing signs of like serious aggression, right? Like a prior bite or attack, the time for hope and excuses is over. It is time to bring in a certified professional. The death of Theresa Patterson is a heartbreaking lesson that laws can't save lives if owners don't take proactive responsibility for the behavior of the animals long before tragedy strikes. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you think that the owner is at fault, do you think that the young lady is at fault for walking down the street? Which I know nobody here is going to think about that. Most of my subscribers, we got what 100 something subscribers on the road to 200. But most of my subscribers, they probably know that this is not what anybody wants. This is not what you want on your conscience. Okay, and that's why I teach responsible dog ownership here in Atlanta. We have a few clients in Atlanta. You can reach out to me. If you got questions, you can hit my phone number, and my AI assistant will definitely talk you through it, right? But when you're ready to start your training journey, if you have a dog and you have a big 80-pound Rottweiler, I'm telling you, those are the most lovable dogs once they get trained. But they need to know that you're in charge too. We don't want them biting you. We don't want them biting family members. We don't want them biting neighbors. Okay. So it's very important that you get these dogs trained early on in their life so that you don't run into these issues. Okay. So reach out to us. You can call us 678-478-9693. You can go to our website, dogtrainingelite.com. I'm the West Atlanta location. So you can reach out to me. You can schedule an appointment with my assistant online if you're ready. If not, you could just, chat with our AI. It's going to give you a lot more information than ChatGPT would, stuff that you would need in order to get started, stuff of that nature. So, we'll be back with you guys later on this evening, man, with some more, with a lot more dog things. Hopefully I'm gonna bring a lot more fun this time, but this has been weighing heavily on me for a couple of months. Y'all seen I haven't been online. I've been kind of avoiding online because there's a lot of things going on with these dogs. I just showed you a video earlier today. I also posted a video yesterday about a dog that was jumping, and showed you firsthand what it looked like for a dog to jump up in your face. Okay, it's not a pleasant experience, whether you like the dog or whether you don't like the dog. I don't want your dog in my face, okay, where their mouth is close to your face, okay? So let's talk about responsible dog ownership. And if you got any questions, reach out to us, all right? Y'all have a good day.